Welcome to a full setup video of DumaOS 3.2. First thing you want to do is get the firmware. I assume you already have it. Once you've done... Welcome to a full setup video for DumaOS 3.2. First thing you want to do is grab the firmware. I assume you've already done that. Next step is we're going to update the router by clicking the three dots right here in the corner and then update. We're going to select our update file, DumaOS 3.2.453, open, upgrade. This will take a brief minute or two. The next step is incredibly important. Make sure to factory reset after installing new firmware. You always want to do this. Yes, it's a bit of a hassle to go through your router and reset every single device you have, but it is necessary. So we are going to go to advanced and then factory reset. Got it. All right, once you factory reset the router and you've ran through the general setup, you've got your username and password for the router and your Wi-Fi, you will be greeted with the new DumaOS web view. This is the way things should look from here on out if you're on a mobile device, a phone, a tablet, something of that nature. If for some reason it doesn't start to look like this, go ahead and clear your browser cache for that device, and then the mobile view should show up. If not, there is also a link I'll have in the description box for you, so you can just pull up mobile view on any device. And this is actually really useful, even if you're on a computer and you want to mess with the mobile view stuff. All right, so we're going to go through the overall setup. We're going to continue. Of course, we're gamers. Prioritize gaming is the very first thing. We got our PlayStation, Xbox, Nintendo, GeForce stuff, cloud games for Xbox, PC games. All of them are covered pretty much. It's a lot better than it used to be. So we're just going to go ahead and continue. And then if we got work from home, we're going to leave this ticked. There isn't a lot of work from home traffic in my household. However, it does get used a little bit. And through my testing, having both on at the exact same time seems to work out pretty well. So we're just going to go ahead and leave both on and continue. The location setup here is really cool. You can find out where you're at. So it says, hey, I'm in Colorado. Hey, you're correct about that. And then we can just go ahead and confirm. Next up will be your speed test. This does take a second. It's a lot more accurate than it ever was before. Makes me really happy. First, it shows your upload. So I've got about, let's see, 25, 24, somewhere in there, depending on the day and the time. 22. Okay, close enough. I'm happy with that. I'm a little over 400, so anything over 400 makes me happy. I said about 440-ish. So, okay. I'm happy with that. And through my testing in the beta, these were, it depended on time of day and traffic in your neighborhood, so on and so forth. Making sure, nothing else is connected in your house already, those kind of things. Yeah, pretty accurate compared to old stuff. All right, so DumaOS can now improve your ping a lot easier than it was before, and it does a lot better of a job. So we can run the ping optimizer, and it's going to start doing all the ping optimizations, but they've been refined. And boy, can I tell you, it makes a huge difference in your online gaming sessions. DumaOS now feels better than it ever has, and they're continuing to improve it. So if you run into any issues, of course, leave feedback. But through all the beta testing that I did, I was very happy, and I'm very happy to see a final release and for everybody to get their hands on this, because DumaOS has had some really good improvements. There's been some deep pack and inspection improvements in the back end of things that have made gaming just feel a lot better. Is it perfect? I don't know. In my experience, it's got to be darn close. Some a little more fine tuning, and I think we're there. So as you can see, unoptimized ping sits about 31. Optimized ping sits about 17. You can now see about 14 milliseconds difference. Yes, go ahead and optimize it. Hey, ad blocker is built into DumaOS 3.2. This is huge for people who do not want to use NextDNS like I do. I like NextDNS. If you want an extra layer of security, I would suggest using NextDNS. I'm not affiliated or associated, anything like that. I just like their product. It is a couple bucks a year. There is a free version to try. Anyway, double security for me, but for those who don't want to deal with any of that and just want to use their ISP's DNS or even Google, something like that, ad blockers here. We're going to confirm, leave that on. As you can see, we went through all of the stuff here, so we can just go ahead and go to DumaOS. Now, normal dashboard, if you're on a regular laptop or any of those kind of things, you're going to get the normal dashboard here, right? So computer, laptop, those things. If you're seeing the normal dashboard and you're on a phone or a tablet or a mobile device, it's because you need to clear your cache. We'll go ahead and show you what the mobile view will look like here in a minute, but there are some changes to how everything is set up. Things are organized now. We got our overall dashboard. Then we got gaming section, which has the Geo Filter and ping heat map. We've got the home network section, which has quality of service, networking monitor, traffic controller, device manager, connection benchmark, ad blocker. They brought back data history. Hybrid VPN has had some other things in the background that have made it better. System info and network settings. All right, so, basics here. If you've already went through the main setup, as you can see, it asked if I was in Colorado. I said, yep, that's correct. And as you can see, it put me in Colorado. It went ahead and gave me a set distance of 1,243 miles. I don't actually use this particular method when it comes to using Circle because they've kept the Circle mode, regular mode, and Polygon. So we have both still. And what I like to do with my Circle is set it in the ocean, drag my set distance to the minimal set distance, which was 69. Nice. And then I put my ping assist at about 45 milliseconds or so. That works great for me. Now, every household is going to need to fine tune this depending on what your ping is. You're going to have to, do it a little bit different, but 45 works for me in most games. I like it. Ocean puts me at the just using ping assist, and then I'll use Polygon and I'll just draw, around wherever I need to draw for whatever games I'm playing at the moment. So that's the way I like to do things currently with my Geo Filter. Ping heat map is just the way it's always been. There are some improvements here that make it a little bit better on their end of things. So we can just do, Call of Duty Vanguard real quick and see my ping. And that's why I set it at, about 45, because anything higher than that starts to become a little messy and I don't like it as much. And then we go to the home network section, quality of service. The changes here aren't really too terribly much when you look at your overall stuff here. It all basically looks the same. Mobile view is where things really start to look different, and we'll get into that in a minute. Network monitor is basically the same. It's got all your network monitoring stuff. The difference here is the deep packet inspection. If you start to look at this little wheel here, you'll notice more things appearing other than just unknown or uncategorized. You'll see web and media and gaming and all those things actually appearing properly now. It was a big problem for a long time. They've made huge leaps and bounds in that. It's a lot better, a lot better. Traffic controller is basically the same. You can control your traffic. Nothing's really changed there. Device manager, of course, is the same. Nothing's really changed here either, except for the fact that I feel like it works better. Things are picked up a little bit easier. Granted, there are some unnamed stuff, but those are things that are not currently on. They're plugged in, but they haven't been turned on yet. So as you can see, it does pick up things for the most part and haven't had much issue there. Connection benchmark has been fine-tuned. Seems to run a little bit better. I like to schedule tests as per normal. These are some old tests that kind of stayed around. We'll just delete those. And works a little bit better these days. I'm happy with it. Ad blocker has been refined a little bit. Some of the lists, if you go to look, are a little bit different. Kind of scroll down here, you can see the white lists are now no lists. They just got it all built into the cloud side of things, so that no need there. Ads and tracking seem to work pretty well. Again, if you have any issues with something not working right, could be the ad blocker. Try to, disable by just pausing it. You can go up to an hour or just disable the device as per normal. Nothing's really changed there except for it's been slightly refined to be better. So if you're running into issues, try pausing it and then report anything that you may find to the forums. Data history is back. Oh man, this is nice. It's really nice, actually. I love data history. As you get more devices online, you can see what's going on. You can see how much your gaming is and all of those things as time goes on. A very nice feature to have for those households who want to control their bandwidth and all that kind of stuff. Hybrid VPN, for those who use it, has been refined. I don't mess with it too much, but it works. It's getting better. They're taking feedback, and that's always great. System information, we're not going to mess with. Network settings, we're not going to mess with. Here's the big thing. And again, I'll leave a link down below for you, but if I've already got it set up. We go to the web view. Here's what things should look like if you're on mobile, or if you have the link. It's going to say, if you're on desktop, hey, we don't recommend this. We're just going to say, you know what, it's fine. We're not going to switch back. All right, so priority boost. This is if you want to boost a particular device or thing for a set amount of time. So let's just give it a click. So we can choose, different types of apps and things like media and gaming. We can just boost the thing for a little bit. So if somebody's like, hey, I'm lagging, and, maybe you got multiple things in the household, and you're like, okay, I'll just boost that so that, that device, that person doesn't have a bad time. It seems to work pretty well. I don't feel like most households are going to have too much use for it unless you don't have a lot of bandwidth. And again, I feel like a lot of people these days have enough bandwidth to go around. I know there are definitely areas where that's, not the case. So definitely a helpful feature for those, but I think in the broad spectrum of things, maybe less helpful. All right, then we've got some really cool stuff right on the main dashboard here. We can see that our ping has been optimized like what we saw earlier. We can see that no activity has been detected yet, but right here, the no games in progress. When you have a console or a device on that is gaming, it will show the location and the ping right here. This is awesome. Now, I've left them some feedback, because if you click the Go to Geofilter button, it'll go to the Geofilter. We'll click that here in a minute. But if you're on a mobile device, something I'd like them to do, and it seems like they may be able to get it done at some point, is go ahead and have a quick allow and quick deny button here, so you can quickly allow and quickly deny servers instead of having to go to the Geofilter. But we'll go ahead and do that. We'll click the Go to Geofilter button. So let's say you have a bad match, and you're like, man, this is laggy, I want to deny it, or this is great, and I want to, allow it. Either way, you can come into the Geofilter as per normal. We're going to skip the tour. You guys should probably know how to use the Geofilter by now, right? We got our filter size, our home, all those kind of things, right? We scroll up, radius mode, polygon. We got our add devices, so we can add each device that we have that we need. All the stuff is here. Allow and deny is here. And we got to kind of go into our allow and deny list that way. A little bit inconvenient, so I hope that they add that quick allow and quick deny at some point. If you think that's a good thing to have, let them know. Any feedback is going to be good feedback. All right, so if we click the little pull down tab on our mobile device, we have our main dashboard, which pulls us back to here. Of course, we've got our Geofilter, which we just looked at. It's your Geofilter. It's got all your stuff that you would need. We've got ping heat map. This is great to have on your phone. You can just ping all your favorite games. We don't need to tour it. Let's go ahead and skip it. But yeah, of course, you can just choose a game. Let's choose Apex Legends right up top, and it's going to do it up for you. And there's little numbers by here to show you how many servers are in that area. So there's 5 here and 5 here and 6 here and 5 down here. You get the idea. And you get 47 total servers, and you can see the ping for each of them, which is a lot better than it used to be. They've made improvements there. Network priority, we'll go ahead and skip that, but it's your quality of service, your traffic prioritization, all of those kind of things, right? What's cool about this is if you want to adjust your congestion control, it's right here under congestion control, and you can go ahead and optimize your ping. Auto mode is allowing your stuff to always be on. Congestion control enabled right here. You can, skip the tour. And of course, you can just, disable those or have them both on. Auto mode is what you want. It's already optimize your ping during the initial setup, so you're golden there. As you can see, it didn't really have to do much. The algorithm has been optimized quite a bit more, and things feel a lot better. So I generally trust it now, whereas before it was kind of hit and miss, and I felt like you had to play around with it a lot. So these are going to be your overall settings. Auto mode on, which will automatically tick this for you. Congestion control is good to go. It shows you your gaming and work from home right here if you have activity detected. Your bandwidth allocation is also here, so your quality of service wheel has been turned into a quality of service bar when you're on web. Again, you don't really have to mess with this at all, unless you don't have a lot of bandwidth to go around. If those families who just don't have a lot of bandwidth and they're using a lot of bandwidth, this is a feature that is really nice. But I feel like, again, most people aren't in that situation. There's no need to touch the wheel or here on the mobile view, the little sliders. So I just leave that alone. Of course, you can create rules if you need to. Something that I noticed is it won't pop up on the main page if you do so. I think that's something they're going to work on in the future. But I really like it. It's easy. It's laid out. It's right here in front of you, and you can see everything that's going on. When you log into a game, you'll see the gaming traffic. When you see, log into your work from home stuff, you'll see it there. It's all visually pleasing. I really like it. All right, so network monitor, a lot better here. It's got all your devices. You can kind of dig in. We're on my computer right now. We can see that it's doing a little bit of unknown and a little bit of general, and then your overall bandwidth. Very clean, a lot better than it was before. Go down to device manager. We can manage our devices here as per normal. If we got a new device we want that we know has come online, we can come in here and we can name it and do all the things, right? Which is great. Still got all your Xbox and all those kind of different things for setting everything up when you want to change your device. So all of that's good. Scrolling down even further, we've got ad blocker. Of course, we're going to skip the tour here. You can disable a device as per normal, right? Disable the whole ad blocker. You can pause certain parts of the ad blocker up to an hour or the whole ad blocker. All things that were there before but have now been streamlined and look a little bit better. All right, so next up, ping test. Hey, ping test is built right in. It does ping and speed. They're now separated into two tests. You got ping here and speed here. So if you haven't done those tests, or it's been a while, or it's peak times, you want to run some different testing, you can come in here to the mobile app and do it from your phone. More features, as you can see, it's going to say traffic controller and settings. Make sure to go onto your PC, back to the normal view. Those may be things that come in the future. For those who do not like dark mode, we can now change themes. Hooray! Now, system theme is set to dark mode automatically, but if we untick that and we click the little drop down, we now have a light mode. Oh, I don't prefer light mode, but some people might, and that is okay. It does look very nice and clean. They stick with that red, and now it's white. So, you can go to your Geo Filter. I actually kind of like that. It's a little bit brighter. It sticks out. So all of your stuff is, in a light mode. Looks really good, to be honest. Light mode really isn't my cup of tea. I hope other themes are coming in the future. I hope these themes actually come to the main desktop. I've asked about that. They said they do have plans to have themes for the main desktop at some point in the future. So still in their works, but they've done a lot here when it comes to DumaOS mobile. This is really important because now you do not have to turn on your computer or your laptop to log in. You can actually have a usable, enjoyable experience on your phone, tablet, or other. Again, I will have a link to the mobile view down below, so you can just log into mobile view, or you can log into the desktop view and use either or both. I really have enjoyed everything. It's been a huge plus to the gaming and just my overall experience. Very happy with it. I'd love to know your thoughts in the comment section down below. Of course, I'll have more breakdowns of these features in future videos, but until then, as always, take it easy.